In this video, I will show you how to create basic scatter plot in Microsoft Excel. We use the scatter plot to determine relationships between variables in our dataset. So in this example, we have a list of car models together with its attributes. So we have here the miles per gallon, cylinder, etc. Now, for my first example, I want to create a scatter plot by using the value of CYL and MPG. One thing you can see here now, for the cylinder, we have three unique values. That's 4, 6, and 8 cylinders. And we have the exact miles per gallon based on the given cylinder. Now, using scatter plot, let me show you the relationship between these data. So let me highlight N5 up to O36. To start with scatter plot, you can click on the Insert tab. You can find in the icon the scatter plot. If a scatter plot is not available, you can go to Recommended Charts. You can click on the All Charts and select here XY scatter. Okay, let me choose this option and then click OK. Now, as you can see in this chart area, we have the miles per gallon as the y-axis. Next, we have the cylinder as the x-axis. We can actually add labels for that by just going back to Design tab, Add Chart Element, and we can add axis titles. So, primary horizontal, add chart element, primary vertical. So for the x-axis, we have here the CYL. And then for the y-axis, rather, we have here the MPG. So what scatterplot does, it plots our data based on what we have in our table. So majority of our selection or display of the data is in CYL number 4. So that means the lower the value of the cylinder, the higher the value of the miles per gallon. The one with the highest value of cylinder has a low amount of miles per gallon. Okay? You can also change the title for this. This is CYL and MPG. Now, let me have one more set of example for scatter plot. This time, how about if we're dealing with multiple criteria? So I have weight, MPG, miles per gallon, and the cylinder in this example. So how can we create scatter plot with multiple variables? First, you need to highlight your data. Let me start with the values of this. This is cell, let me zoom in, cell W5 up to X15. So from that, let me click Insert tab, click Scatter Plot. Now, I want to add another set of variables to be displayed in the scatter plot. In order to do that, you can right-click on your existing scatter plot and select Data. From the Select Data, let me click the Add button. Then for the series name is 6 since we have 4 at the first series. For the X values here are the value of weight. Then the Y values are MPG. So all you need to do is to highlight that is cell W16 up to W, check, this is around W22. For the y-axis, let me highlight X, X16 up to X22. Highlight it again, X16 up to X22. All right, click OK. What you can see now, scatter plot will add another set of colors that is for the value of cylinder number 6, while the previous one has blue for the value of cylinder number 4. If you want to change the series name, you can click that and click edit and then type a series name of number 4. By default, Excel initiates the value of series 1 for default names. And lastly, I want to add the series of 8 for this scatter plot. In order to do that, let me just click the add button. This is 8. For the X value, we need to highlight all items from W23 up to W36. Next, for the Y values, let's do the same thing. Highlight from X23 up to X36. Click OK. And then click OK. Now you have here a 3-variable scatter plot. Okay, defined based on the weight and MPG. Let us add details for this chart. Okay, click on the chart area. You go to Design tab. Click Add Chart Element. And for the axis title, horizontal. And primary vertical. For the x-axis, we have here the value of weight. And for the y-axis, let us type in MPG. Now, what's the relationship? Or let me just add the title over here. This is the value of weight and MPG by CYL. You can add legend, by the way, to determine the color coding. So in order to do that, you can click on the scatter plot, add chart element, and go to legend. You can display that at the right or at the top, left, or bottom. In my case, let me use right area. Okay, zoom in for the scatter plot. Now, in this scatter plot, it simply shows the relationships between the weight, miles per gallon by cylinder. And according to this data, the higher the value of miles per gallon, in this example, the lower the value of weight. Okay? While the higher weight value has the lower miles per gallon. Okay? Based on this X and Y axis. If you want to design the scatter plot chart, you can actually move into Design tab and select any available scatter plots design. And this is your scatter plot. All right. And this is how we can create scatter plot in Microsoft Excel.